Is it working? It's been so long. It's been so long since I've seen your beautiful faces. And I say that as somebody who can't actually see your beautiful faces. But hello, if you're out there. I'm going to sit here and talk rubbish for a couple of minutes until we get a couple of people in the chat, a couple of people sounding off. Let's try that again. A couple of people sounding off in that comment section so I can make sure that the live chat is working would be awesome. There we go. Jack, let's go. Let's go, brother. I turned into Hulk Hogan for a second there. Let's go, brother. I hope everybody is well. Today we are going to be transcribing some of the phenomenal Chris Buck. I have a guitar to hand, which we may use. It may be necessary to use a guitar. Probably not, but it's here if we find any of the licks particularly cool and we maybe want to analyze them, play them a little bit, and do a little bit of study on those licks. We have a guitar to hand. Is it really to hand, though, if I have to keep reaching all the way over here to get it? Maybe, probably not. And we have the piano, because, of course, I've become a piano player now. So, spoilers as to what we're going to be transcribing today. So the piano is going to be here if we need it, which is always useful. It's there if and when we want it. And I am here, of course, to take your questions. So I'm going to walk you through the process of transcribing something like this cool Chris Buck solo in detail. But, don't be shy. Any questions whatsoever. If you want me to slow down, if you want me to rewind and go back to something that's a little bit... You don't want me to sing, Luke. I could get Mel out to sing it. She's live streaming, actually. So that won't work. She obviously, best soul singer in Scotland. She does a killer rendition of this tune. It always blows the roof off the house when she does this one live. What was I saying there? Who knows? It's just complete... Yeah, I was... Distracted. So if you are here, please do let me know in the comment section. Oh yeah, I was talking about rewinding. So I am here to teach. I am here to help. So any questions whatsoever, do not be shy. There are no such thing as stupid questions. And if there are, expect stupid answers. But I'm always going to do my best to kind of interpret the questions with the intention that they are submitted with. So if I can help you, I'm absolutely going to. So what have we got? Really looking forward to seeing someone transcribe, as I find it really hard. Yeah, it's one of those things, Jack, that can be, it's as hard as you choose for it to be. Like it is really hard if you never ever do it. I find playing flamenco music very, very hard, but it's because I never play flamenco music, right? If I was playing flamenco music every day, it would be easy, in the same way that speaking English, speaking the language I speak, is easy, because I do it all day, every day. So transcription is hard when you don't do it. It's one of those things you just have to keep putting the time into. You keep doing it, and you get better. Daniel, let's go, Levi, in the house, yes. Let's keep going. Guitar to hand, yes. No one better to watch. There is no one better to watch than Levi, because he's desperate for views, absolutely desperate for views. And he'll do what he has to for views. If I have to take my shirt off, I'll take my shirt off. Why is Guitar Pro so challenged by bar? I see what you mean. Yeah. So anytime you're working within software, you have to know the limitations of how the software works. So if you try and copy a thing into a bar in Guitar Pro, but the thing that you would copy would go over the length of a bar, if you try and copy an incomplete bar, it can. You can't fix the problems. I was teaching a friend how to edit in DaVinci Resolve yesterday, and I gave her a bit of a telling off because she's used to working in Vegas. I say used to. She's dabbled in working in Vegas, and she was annoyed that DaVinci didn't do what she wanted it to do. And what she wanted it to do was she wanted it to work like how she thought Vegas should work. And I said, you have to understand that when you're working in a new piece of software like this, especially a top-of-the-line piece of software like this, it works the way it's supposed to work. It works the way it's designed to work. And if you're expecting it to do something else, it's usually because you're in the wrong mindset. You're wanting it to do something that would be a weird thing to do, maybe because of an old habit in the way that you would think about a process. But you have to accept it for what it is and learn what it does, rather than complaining that it doesn't do things that it wasn't designed to do, if that makes sense. So what piano am I using? I have a Nord Piano 5 here. Nonsense. Nord Piano 5, which does the job. I'm a big Nord boy. I've got a few Nords in the house, and yeah, so I like the Nord stuff. Okay, so why don't I jump on over to the chat? Why don't we talk about why we're here to do this? Because, of course, you know Levi isn't going to be going live for a live stream unless he's trying to sell you something, right? I'm not actually trying to sell you something, but this stream is brought to you by my friends over at Guitar Vivo. Chris Buck has a new book out, brought to you in conjunction with Lick Library. Link is in the description, so do check out that link below. It's called Building on the Blues, and I didn't do the transcriptions for this, so this isn't, I should be really, really clear. Where's my face? There. This isn't like my project that I'm trying to promote to you. One of my students, Jeff DeFonte, did the transcriptions for this, so this is all his work, his and Chris's, and obviously Luke over at Guitar Vivo. So check out the link in the description if you want to learn more from Chris. Good product, because I don't send my students out into the world, my transcription students out into the world, unless they're damn good at what they do, and Jeff is very good at what he does. So, yeah, the quality of the product will speak for itself. Okay, let's jump on over to some software. Let's look at the song that we're going to be transcribing today. So what I have loaded up here is Guitar Pro on the right. We've got Transcribe loaded up in the left. I've already loaded the video up. I haven't marked the file out. I decided I'd do that in the stream with you, so you can, do the process, see the process, from start to finish, and also hear the track in its entirety. Well, not in its entirety, but the part we're going to be transcribing. So I'm going to move the video file from Transcribe over here and get rid of my Discord, because you don't need to be peeping on my Discord, I guess. I'll make this a bit bigger so we can see it while it's playing. And yeah, of course, Transcribe is the software that I load my audio into and video. It loads video in there. So when I press play and transcribe, it's going to play the video as well. So if I just jump to the start of the solo, I'm going to turn it down a bit. Let's go a little bit further back than that. So I'm going to go a little bit further back than that, and the reason for that is I want to get a good sense of where the pulse is. And this is one of the things that most people miss when it comes to transcribing. You are writing down notes in relation to time. Pulse. You're writing down notes in relation to a pulse. You have to know what that pulse is. You have to have that context of where that pulse is. So I'm just going to answer this question. What's your favorite version of Guitar Pro? 8, obviously. Yeah, so what Michael's talking about there with previous versions of Guitar Pro, and then being annoyed that new versions of Guitar Pro don't work the way he wants them to, that's exactly the issue, isn't it? It's like you had the musically illiterate way of writing music for other instruments before. You could still do that in Guitar Pro 8, but because you want it to be done the way that you expect it to be done, you find the software lacking. If you need tab to write a part for a saxophone, which obviously sounds ridiculous, but if you do, and I don't mean that as an attack, but if you did need that, you could create a guitar track in Guitar Pro. You could write out the tab for it, and then the sound of the track, you could just assign a saxophone sound to it. And then you could even go as far as hiding the tab. But I actually think you can add, I'm pretty sure you can add tab to any track in Guitar Pro, but I can check that in a second, right? Actually, let's check it right now. Because that would be silly, wouldn't it? If you've had a complaint about a software and the thing that you want to do, you can easily do. So let's go other orchestral instrument, strings. Let's deliberately pick something that isn't a stringed instrument. So let's pick a trumpet. So if I come over here, track. Yeah, I can add tab for I can add tab for the trumpet part. So if I wanted to write a trumpet part out in tab, I can still do that. Like literally I can use tab to write it out. So there you go. It's almost like the problems that you have with Guitar Pro 6 through 8 aren't problems with the software. It's mindset. You've got to change your mindset. Anyway, back to the job at hand. Cool. So I'm going to press play. Can I see my YouTube plaque? I'll put it on the floor. Here, I've had to learn standard notation afterwards. Like, you've been forced into musical literacy. That's nothing to complain about. Anyway, let me mark out the file. So I'm going to press play in the file, and I'm going to use the M key on my keyboard, and I'm just pressing M to mark out where the bars are. This is an important process in the transcribing thing because it allows us to see where the measures are and in turn where the beats are. So I'm going to press play. I only want to see you. I only want to see you. Now, with this, we have options, right? We could either count this as I only want to see you. I only want to see you. 3, 4, which is like a half-time feel. We have a snare drum on beat 3, or a very slow 1. I only want to see you. I only want to see you. 1. Rhythm from the rain. 4, 1. I don't like that. So I'm going to write it as a half-time groove again. I only want to see you. I only want to see you. Rhythm from the rain. I was considering transcribing Martin solo as well, but I don't want to be here all night. I want to get some dinner before my missus goes and does her Wednesday gig residency thing. So we won't be doing Martin solo. So yeah, like I say, there's definitely interpretation when it comes to tempo, pulse on a thing like this. I'm actually gonna I'm gonna reorganize my screen a little bit. Can't I do that? Let's move my stupid face over here. Like that. Oh look, I'm showing you the secrets now. I probably don't need that silly light around me. It looks kind of silly, right? At least we can see it now. Let me keep reading questions. Hey Levi, do you have any plans to make any jazz lead books or jazz blues lead books? Jazz lead books or jazz blues lead books? I'll be honest, like I'm verging on burnout currently. Really, like I'm right on the edge of burnout. I'm doing this job for Guitar Vivo. I am just finishing promo for my latest book, which is out next week, and I'm going down to London to film 2 DVDs for Lick Library this weekend. And then when I get back, I am taking an extended break. I've pushed my deadlines for my next books back. I can't process the idea of working right now because I'm doing so much, and I need a break. Because in all honesty, what I want to do is I want to sit at home and play the piano all day, every day. I want to explore harmony and practice and get better at music. And currently I don't have any time to get better at music. And of course, you all know me as the guy that loves music. I love music so much, and I just want to engage with music as much as possible. And I love work too. I love making a living. That's awesome, and I'm very lucky to be able to do what I do. and I couldn't be happier for the things that I do. But also, I have to be passionate about music in order to keep doing what I do. And currently, it's like, I work all week on projects that I have on, and then a gig comes around on Saturday, and I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I just wish I didn't have a gig this week. And I hate thinking like that. That's not the right mindset, is it? So I'm taking a break from things. I'll still be making YouTube content because I love making YouTube videos, but I'm taking a break from books for a little while, just to keep my mind focused on the love of music. And as Jack says, you've got to take care of yourself, right? So, hey Adrian, how's it going? And Raz, long time no speak, my friend. Hope you're well. I hope things are okay in your area of the world. I know you've a big political thing going on in your area of the world. Anyway, so let's jump in and let's take a look at this solo. So the first thing, and this is kind of like a change in my approach to doing things like this. Harmony is very important because I don't want to go into a thing like this blind. Would probably be the best way of putting it, right? When he's playing this solo, he's playing over a chord progression, right? And so it makes sense that we think about what that chord progression is, because that's going to influence the notes that he is playing. TC Adanus says, "Is the video out?" But I'm not sure. Do we mean out of sync? I'm not sure what you mean there, sir. Yeah, we what was I saying? Yeah, so Chris is going to be playing notes, and they're in relation to a chord progression, and the chord progression influences the notes he plays. And of course, when we are transcribing, unless you're doing it as a job, you'll probably transcribe because you want to learn and understand and get a better understanding of the vocabulary that the player is playing. And context is really important there, right? So with this, I want to know what the chord progression is. So I'm going to listen to it, and I'm just going to hammer out what the chords are. And you can do this multiple ways, but I like to use the piano now because I'm a pianist. So I'm listening for my bass notes, and I'm going to go B flat. You can hear what walks down to a G. So now with that information, what those bass notes are, I found some notes that are in the key, right? We've got a B flat, an A, a G, an F, an E flat, D, C, and a B flat. This gives me tells me my key, right? We're in the key of B flat. So when I'm looking at these chords now, when I'm trying to put chords on top of these bass notes, I know that the first chord, the bass note, is B flat, so the likelihood of the chord over the top being a B flat is quite high, right? So let's do this. When the chord moves down to an F, it could be a G minor here. My vocals are low. Hello. I mean, they don't look that low. Hello. Hang on. You'd like my vocals to be higher, is what you're really saying. I can probably adjust that a little bit. What have I got here? How do I... There we go. Hello. I've boosted my vocals. I see what you mean. So you're talking about when the audio is on. Yeah, I can. There's very little I can do about that. What I need to do is not talk while the music's playing. So I'll stop doing that. Let me close this so I can actually see. Yeah. Anyway, so we have a B flat. Bass note moved down to an F, right? So F. The problem with turning the playback down is it becomes quieter for you guys, sure, but it also becomes quieter for me. And it's already very quiet for me. And to an E flat chord. So I know my chord progression. B flat, G minor, G minor 7, F, E flat, you can put spicy chords on if you want. You play things like so I know my chord progression. Knowing that it's in B flat, now everything that Chris plays, thinking of it from that perspective of this chord progression is in B flat major, and when I'm thinking, if I grab a guitar, because it's B flat major, volume helps. If he plays a line like this, I'm thinking, oh, that's like a B flat major pentatonic line. I'm hearing things in relation to the key that he's playing. This is very much a play in the key of B flat. But then if he goes from to, I hear that in relation, and I know that, oh, that's my B flat blues. So, should have turned the volume off on the guitar. Anyway, so that knowing that is going to be very important for the actual transcription process. So let's press play. So we've got a double stop bend, top note. So I've still got the trumpet on. Let's put a new thing up. Oh, whoops. File, new, electric guitar. Electric guitar overdriven. Okay, so that's funny. We've got that classic like bending on the 13th fret, double stop. You're holding that. It's a. If you really want to study it, he's doing a B flat major, what I would think of as being a B flat major bend here. Fifth on top, the 2 up to the 9 on the B string. So I'm just going to notate that. And I'm thinking in relation to time, so I'm thinking 1. Oh, it's not on the 1, is it? It's 1. 2. I really can't decide if I want to notate this at halftime or not. I'm not wild on it at the moment. We'll see. We'll see how I go with it. I can always change it if I get annoyed by it. I think it might help with a lot of the subtlety in the phrasing because when you're very slow, the Stevie Ray Vaughan of it all, right? When you play incredibly slow, you tend to play more notes, and it can be a real pain to notate the way some of those things actually happen. So let me do this. So we'll go release. It goes through there. I'm going to go key of B flat would be helpful, right? Because we're in B flat major. Now here I'm going to put a grace note on that because it's important to the phrasing. Like that. I'm going to flatten that. Subtle, the grace note there, but it's there. So. One, two, three. Like this. And I've said it a million times, and we were talking about it on my Discord server just the other day, because someone came on and wanted me to do a transcription for them, and the right advice was given, which is, have you tried transcribing it yourself? And they said, no, they've not really done any transcriptions. And you just have to. Like when I'm working on this, I hear the melody in relation to time, right? So we've got the melody. It's on B flat. 2, 3, 4. And then the bend happens there. So 1, 2, 3. Or I guess 1. What? Can't see my keyboard. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2, 3, and it's on the end of 3. Like having that knowledge, or thinking about it from thinking about it from that perspective is really important. And someone here says, but doing it yourself is hard, and it's like it's not. It's like learning to play the piano or learning to play the organ, which obviously I'm doing, or anything that it is that you want to do in life. Learning to skateboard, right? They're all hard. But the hardest part of any of these things is the first step. The first step of any journey is the hardest. Yeah, it's not. Transcription isn't hard. It's just to be very good at it takes a lot of time, and I think that we often mistake a thing taking a long time as being hard. And it's like it's a hard investment of time, sure, but the process itself, if you're serious about music, you're passionate about music, shouldn't be considered hard, I don't think. So he's going to hold the bend. And let's go hold bend. And it's like a release, but not a release. It's like a very slow, gradual. To be honest, I'm notating this in a way that looks good on the page more than anything. That sounds more like a slide. And it's on the and. Yeah, on the and. Of course, I'm hearing these things in relation to scale. I'm thinking the sound of a scale here. So what I'm really hearing is like, this is, anytime the 11th fret happens, this is the 1. This is the root of the scale. Drop down to the 12th fret on the G string. Well, that's really the 6th. So when I hear this bend, ba 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 da da ba da, that's me thinking really 1, 2, 3 ba da 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 da. Like you're hearing musical fragments rather than just like generic put your finger in this place to make tab, if that makes any sense. So there's a slide. Yeah. Ba-da-da. That's cool. Put staccato on that. And I think what I'm doing here is definitely harder, because the thing that I really care about in this instance is like, it's the nuance of what he's playing. It's not just the you can't play this on the piano and like really make it sound the way it does on the guitar, because the guitar can be like really, really expressive. That phrase there, it's not. You could on the piano just go ba ba da da, but he's not playing that. He's playing. Yeah, it's a slide to the C, and then the C to D is staccato, but then it's a hammer from there. So whoops. You can't phrase like that on the piano, but hearing the intricacy of what's going on the guitar and like notating it that way, I like, that's hard. And that's really cool. Da, da. Da, da. Slide into the 12 or the 6th of the scale. Da, da, da. Ba, ba, da, da. But slide, of course. Now here you want to be really accurate. That's not on the beat, right? It's tricky. Oh, it's a slide down, sorry. Yeah, so this is not really accurate to do it this way, but it looks good on the page. And I think it's important to, when you look at a phrase like this, and we've got, we're going down, aren't we? That D flat is an important part of the phrase. It's integral to why he's phrasing the way it is. And then whoops. Thanks, Guitar Pro. That looks more reasonable. Well, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, the Rolly Seaboard. Like obviously, it's just occurred to me, Nick. Did you change your name on YouTube? Because I was sure when I read the first, I would have, if I'd seen that it was you that had left the comment, I would have engaged a little bit heavier. Because obviously I know you. Yeah, the Rolly Seaboard. Like I'm not enough of a pianist to justify one, but actually I have seen them, and I think I would kind of like one. I think they look like a lot of fun. What happens when you let's try that again. What happens when you try to transcribe jazzy outside playing with a lot of non-diatonic notes flying by? Easy. Well, okay, not easy, but like it's like anything. If the melody is this, like all right, it might be really diatonic, but how I don't really see that as being any different than. There might be lots of like chromaticisms happening there, but that as a phrase, ba ba da 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 da. Sing it up an octave. Ba da 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 da. Like all of those sorts of things, or when you hear richer sounding, like a chord like that, like sharp 9, sharp 5. I hear this as its constituent parts, and that's jumping out to me. Sharp 9, sharp 5, but it's like a C7, A flat over the top, which is different to like a 13 sharp 11. Like these are all just sounds that I've learned to hear, and I wasn't born with it. I was not like a perfect pitch or anything like that, right? So we've ba da ba da da. Sorry. Yeah. Da, da, da. And here, so here, there's so many schools of thought when it comes to notating a rhythm like this. But if you were to notate this rhythm accurately, you wouldn't be able to read it. And to me, being able to interpret the thing that's on the page is much more important. So I have to quantize this phrase in my mind. So we have to decide I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm going to go ba da da. Da. Does he pick that note? No. Ba da 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 da. Because really, that ba ba. I kind of want that to be on the beat, but it's not. It's lazy. It's late. So we're going to go. Checking his fingers. Did my camera just do something there? Camera light's doing weird things. Why is my camera moving? No. No. I don't want you to track. Stupid cameras. Supposed to be fancy cameras, but yeah. So, where was I? So he's... I really want to make sure I get the fingering right, like, so I finger this and say... Yeah, so he shifts down there. We need more space on this line, so I'm going to break that bar. Oh, not the bar. A little bit of chromaticism. This is triplet, right? Ba ba da da. Ba. We'll go. I'm gonna notate this like that. It's correct. Yeah. Of course, I'm kind of breaking one of the other kind of conventions, if you like, of transcription or rules of being a good transcriber. I've transcribed most of that there with the speed put at 60%. And when you slow things down too much, it's often that you'll start doing all these mental gymnastics in your mind to kind of justify the placement of things. And actually, sometimes speeding the thing up and listening to it in context. Again, I've got to look at where he is. Ba-da. Stupid keyboard. Go like this. Yeah, so here, like, this is the subtle way of phrasing, right? What he really plays here is there's like a tiny grace note hammer on there. It's doing that. Ba-da-da-da. 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 Ba-da-ba-da. Being able to do that is like a key part of transcribing, right? Ba-da-ba-da. And again, I kind of want. I want the. Is that an A? No, of course it's not. It is? Yeah. My ear's like dropping down seventh of the key. I want that to be on the beat, but it simply isn't. So we'll go. We kind of have to. You have two options. We can either write that as, which I think is accurate, like that. That's accurate. Or equally accurate. To me, this one captures the intention better. Yeah, to me that's the intention. So let me keep comments. Thanks for the answer. Taking a break, Levi. Hope you enjoy a very well deserved break. Yes. I won't be able to take too much time away. I've just taken on a bit too many jobs in the last few months, and this is saying that coming from the perspective of somebody who has stopped doing private transcriptions for individuals, only doing albums. But I've just had a lot of albums dropped on me. I'd had a Kiko Loureiro album to do and Andy Wood's new album, and on top of that, I had book commitments for my own releases and some transcription work and writing work for other people, and course writing for Lick Library courses and gigging, and of course I do. In fact, let's do the plug. Of course, I do a weekly guided practice routine over on Patreon every week. I've done 127 of those every Monday, 9 a.m. There's a guided practice routine that goes up. They have to film and edit and all of that. And, I'm not complaining. I love it. It's good fun. It keeps me on my toes and it allows us to make sure that we keep practicing. But that has to be done every single week, no matter what happens. And teaching students and all that stuff, all while trying to learn the piano and maintain a family life and have a social life, and I've not had a vacation in a long time, so I need a little break. And I think you can probably tell all these things because if you look at my YouTube output for the last couple of months, I've not been uploading very much, and it's not because I'm uninspired. Well, maybe it is, but like I just simply not got the time to do it, right? Go like this. Ba-da-da-da. Best of luck managing my workload. Yeah, I can't complain. I really can't complain. I said it earlier and I'll say it again. I'm so lucky to be able to do what I do, because there's so many people that wanted to make a career out of music and weren't able to do it. So I'll never complain. And it's not like anyone's twisting my arm into taking on these jobs. I'm taking on things I want to do. I'm turning away plenty of things that I don't want to do. I take on things that I want to do. Transcribing a Kiko Loureiro album, fantastic. Count me in. Transcribing Andy Wood's new album, fantastic. Count me in. Ba-ba. We're being a little bit lazy with the rhythm. Ba-da-da-da. Again, just a plug. If you are enjoying this and you want to build on the blues, check out the link in the description to Chris's new book with Guitar Vivo, produced in conjunction with my pals over at Lick Library, Building on the Blues. Discover modern blues, rock guitar concepts and techniques. This is all transcribed by my friend and student, Jeff. So I didn't do the transcriptions in this. This isn't you supporting my work. This is you supporting other people's work. Screen and face. There we go. Jeff's actually a really good example of what I'm talking about, right? I don't have enough time to do all the private transcriptions that come my way, so I send them all Jeff's way. And he'll be getting a whole lot more work. If I can put other people in work, fantastic. That's interesting. So we go. Okay, all right, let's just float over the beach, shall we? Why not? We're going to go ba-da, ba-da, da-da, and the open position here. Ba-da, da-da, da-da, ba-da, 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 ba. Yeah, I'm quantizing heavy there. But you need to be able to learn this stuff. Ba-da-da-da-da. So there's a transition here that we need to pick out. It's just pentatonic, but there's ba. Yeah, there's like an A string rings out when he goes to pick that note. I'm quantizing heavy, but I like the way this looks. Goes down to the D there. That makes sense. Yep. Looking good. So now what I might do is I'm going to import the audio. Obviously I'm not done yet, but I'm going to import the audio into Guitar Pro and line up the tempo. And the reason I do that is it allows me to take a break But no, it allows me to kind of see the quality of my work, which matters, right? So I'm going to select all I want as far as that, and we'll go file, export sound file, and I just do like a low res 22050 compressed MP3, and then that'll export and go into my place where I have that stored, which is there. Now if I drag that in, I didn't compute tempo. That matters. Obviously this is live, so that I assume they're not playing to a click track. But we're looking at 114 roughly, and then we'll correct from there. So 114. We go in here and always exports a little bit of silence at the start, which we don't want. Then I will listen to just the audio with the click track, and that allows me to help line up the beats. So we go, so I can see there. So now we're slow down a bit. Anytime things are in time, so we're speeding up because good music does that. Slow there. We're slowing down. A little bit faster. I'm going to have to send this to Martin and say, look how out of time your band are. All good. A little bit faster. Okay with that. So now if I unmute the guitar, we should be able to listen to it in context. 2-bar counting. So I'm gonna mute that now. I wanted to go over to OBS and do this. Yeah, so like, you know, it's pretty spot on because I did it. Yeah, happy with that. There's obviously a few moments there where it's where the tempo where he's kind of a little bit pushy and pulley with his 16th note feel. But I'd be okay with that. Like when I do a job like this, my name goes on it, right? So I have to be proud. I have to be happy and confident to say, yeah, you're going to publish that and you're going to write transcribed by Levi Clay on there. I have to be happy with the output, and this is the sort of thing that there's the level of detail there. I'm happy with that. I'd be proud to put my name on that. I see some transcriptions that get released, and I'm like, oh, who the fuck transcribed this? There's a reason it doesn't credit the transcriber because the transcription is fucking garbage. But yeah, I like I like to do my transcriptions and have them right. Love the idea of playing a solo while thinking Levi has got to transcribe this. Yeah. I quite enjoy transcribing. I mean, I don't quite enjoy it. I love transcribing music, so I don't. Yeah, all good. It's all good. Anyway, back to the solo. I'm going to quantize that and make that triplets. It's not like, so now we just do this. but it's close enough. Again, quantizing. We go. Da-da. Nope, buttons. So I'll write it like this. It sounds like he goes pitch-wise. But that's very much he slides down and then is sliding back up. So I wouldn't associate pitch there. Staccato. I love that. I am going to notate that as it... Oh, no, fucked it. I'm going to notate that accurately. So, you got the bend. If you really want to notate this accurately, I wouldn't do a bend release there, actually. What I would do is a bend. I would add a grace note in here. I would bend on that, like that. Because it conveys the idea a little. It's not like a bend, release, bend. It's bend, release, bend. It's like a drop, push. Yeah, so we go. He gets there and then he actually pushes it up a semitone. Triplet. And I would love to grab my guitar, the one that I've set aside, to play this for you. But my Howard Roberts is set up with 14s and they're flat wounds. So there's 13s? 13s flat wounds. So there's no bending on that guitar. It's not designed for bending. And again, this is pre-bend release, but it's on a grace note. Like that. So, yeah, put the hold on that. Like that. And again, like, I don't need the guitar for this, right? Because I know. And I'm doing it with my fingers. I'm actually going to put that triplets because it's like lazy, and in that instance I think the triplet conveys that. And then same again. And the problem here is I haven't, corrected the tempo shift. guys, let me check my Facebook, see if anyone's messaged about anything. Right, we're here. Oh, right, let me stretch out the mind. Oh, Chris has just donated $20. Thank you so much, Chris. That's really generous of you. You of all people don't need to do that, you mental bastard. Chris, I'm sure he doesn't mind me telling people that he lives in Maryland. Is coming all the way from Maryland over to Glasgow to see me play live in August. Which is super, super cool, and I'm really looking forward to hanging out and having a beverage, having several beers and some good food. So absolutely doesn't need to be generous like that, but also he's showing you all up, everybody. Chris, Chris has made a mockery of you all. Chris is more generous than everybody else here, so get those super chats coming in. No, if you do want to support the channel, of course, the best way to do that is head on over to my Patreon page, link in the description. You will be able to get, I'm going to post this transcription up there, but I'm going to do a transcription video of this because, of course, there's hundreds of transcriptions on my Patreon. Everything that I transcribe for YouTube goes up on my Patreon page. You can download them there. I have ear training videos, weekly guided practice routines. You can get a private lesson with me every month if you would like to, and so much more. There's so much, I've updated. I'm now doing guided piano practice or guided piano study videos over there. So if you want to do those, head on over to Patreon. If you want to support the genesis of this video, then you want to head on over to Guitar Vivo, link in the description, where you can grab a copy of Chris's new book. And guys, as an author who writes books and sells books on Amazon, one of the hardest things is not necessarily selling the book, right? Because there's good people out there that like buying products, yeah? The hardest part is always getting reviews of your books. I know how many books I sell, okay? I sell a lot of books, and only a fraction of people take the time to review the books. So if you grab a copy of this, and you want to support Chris, and you want to support Guitar Vivo, because of course Guitar Vivo are sponsoring this video wouldn't be happening without Guitar Vivo, and that means that if you want more videos like this to happen, well, you need companies like Guitar Vivo to remain in business. And outside of buying the product as being a great way of supporting, content like this continuing to happen and be sponsored, the other thing you can do is buy the product and leave it a review. Just leave the product a quick review. It takes a couple of minutes of your time, but they are so valuable. The thing with reviews on Amazon, where's my face? There. The thing with reviews on Amazon is, technically speaking, you're not allowed to offer incentives to get people to review things. Obviously, some people break that rule, but it does go against the terms of use on Amazon. You're not actually allowed to do that. And let me be clear, this isn't an offer. I can't do this. Legally, I can't do this. But reviews are so hard to get that if I were allowed to pay people who buy my book to leave a review, if I could give everybody $1 who took the time to leave a review, I would do that. Not because I want to provide that incentive for people to review stuff that I make. I'm trying to illustrate to you how hard it is to get people to review stuff and how valuable it is to a content creator. So if you buy a book like this, or any book, go in your Amazon, take a look through products that you've bought recently, and if there's anything in there that you think the author or the creator could benefit from you leaving it a quick review, please do consider doing it. It really is a huge help to content creators like myself or Chris or Jeff or Luke. So help brothers out. Help us out. It allows us to keep doing what we're doing, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, let me carry on. So I didn't really stretch off much there. Oh. Okay, no autographs, please. No autographs. Back here, right? Too much detail to think he's going bubble. It's more like his hand just slaps the fretboard. And thank you, Nick, for saying it was very well worded. I do my best to be eloquent. I would, if I had to describe myself, I would say that I'm very good at explaining things. I'm not very good at being succinct. Yeah, this again. I'm going to write it like that. I don't like it because that's the sort of rhythm that I look at and I'm like, I know that that's just being played with a feel, being played with like a lazy feel to it. I would hate to have to play that. But I could feel it. I could hear it and imitate it perfectly. But trying to count that while reading it, da 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 triplet. So da 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 da. So it's funny you say that, Nick. Like I didn't even consider that was a term. So I did when I released. Was it my diminished book? I think it was diminished book. I put a promo up on my Patreon page saying that if you purchase the book and you leave a review, send me an email of your review and I will send you a link to download the guitar profiles for the book for free, which I sell. In fact, if I do this, you can go to my Patreon and I have a store on Patreon and you can download guitar profiles for any of my books. Again, nice way to support the channel and it's all very much appreciated, right? But I did that and then it was pointed out to me that technically you're not allowed to do that. Now, I'm sure there wouldn't have been any problems with me doing that. I mean, let me rephrase that. I'm sure I wouldn't have been found out for doing something like that. But yeah, it's not how I want to do I don't want to break the rules. I should say this as well, like while I obviously want you to buy Chris's book and go and leave it a 5-star review, I want you to buy my books and leave them 5-star reviews. At the same time, if you think my book's only worth a 4-star review, or even only you think it's genuine, if you're being honest, if you think it's only worth a 1-star review, and you want to leave it a 1-star review and leave a comment as to why you've given it a 1-star review, like I'd still appreciate that. Because sometimes I've had reviews on products that have been maybe a little bit less fair than they should be. So like they'll give it a 1-star review because they struggle to work out how to download the audio, right? But I still get to learn something from that, which is, well, we need to make it clearer, make it more obvious than there being a big page on like the second page of the book where the title says how to get the audio. But the point is that I learned something from it. It's like we need to improve that. So Nick can send $1 for each review, yeah. Yeah. When my last book came out, it got a 1-star review right away because I've got a hater out there, at least one. A hater. I've got many people out there that are haters. So the book came out and it just immediately got a 1-star review, and that really, really, really impacts the I'll put a heart on that. That really, really impacts the search results. So I put up a post on Facebook saying I've got a 1-star review, and I was clear. If you've bought the book, please go and leave it a 5-star review. Now, maybe I shouldn't have said a 5-star review, but what people thought I was asking there was, please just go and leave the book a 5-star review, even if you've not bought it. But like, I'm not interested in people leaving reviews for the book if you've not bought it. That's of no benefit to anybody, you know. And okay, while I said please leave it a 5-star review, you're obviously welcome to say, well, I don't think it's a 5-star book, I think it's a 3-star book. But the point is the review. That's the valuable part. So that's the intention. This is cool. We're going to go. Ba-da-da-da-da. And for reading something like that, I would put a break in the rhythm like that. It's easier to read. Da, 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 da. Am I a 5-star man? I love this. Now I'm going into like minutia. That's I feel a little bit more rhythm nerdy. Fuck's sake, Chris. You know, Chris, just being a member on Patreon, it's cheaper. It's cheaper, and YouTube don't take like 40% of it. But thank you, Chris. I really do appreciate it. As you know, I always appreciate you. I always appreciate knowing that most days I'm going to be able to wake up and I'll open Messenger on my Facebook, and you're usually going to have sent me a meme that's going to make me laugh. So we go ba-ba-da-ba. Super short, isn't it? Yeah, it's quarters. It's a half step, but in my mind it's a full step. Ba, da, that's probably how I'd sing it, but ba, da. That's what he's playing. Why do I sing? I shouldn't sing. It just ruins everything for everybody. I should just play, right? It's. Oh, you're a 5-star man, 100%. You put everything you have into everything you do, man. I do. I try my best, yeah. And I do want to just share quality content. Yeah. I also would just like to have my mortgage paid off, so if there's a rich benefactor out there that would like to donate like £100,000, that would be great, thank you. That's cool. Ba-da-da-da-da. He does drop down. It drops down a semitone, which is cool. Same again, it's like that grace note thing. Do people miss me doing live streams like this? Because like I didn't consciously stop doing live streams. I intended to do one. I remember what happened actually. I was doing live streams once a month without fail. Then I was getting divorced, and that kind of hit my workflow a little bit. I kind of got back into it a little bit, but then I had lots of tech problems with my PC. I'm back to having a setup where I'm able to do live streams more easily now. So I can kind of go back to doing these if it's content that people enjoy. That's cool. This is bend release, right? So you want to be really accurate there. You kind of have to go like this. Copy paste, saves you time. These streams are great for I want to respond directly to you, sir, but I can't pronounce your name. You have to remember on my YouTube channel, there's over 1,000 videos on here. You can go to the live stream section on my channel, and there's loads of these live streams. So you could go and watch something that's, maybe you love this particular solo, maybe you love this style, but you can watch me transcribing bluegrass, or you can watch me transcribing jazz chord melody, or whatever it happens to be. So if there might be things that are more relevant to your thing. This is very like melodic diatonic soloing, but if you want like bebop stuff, like you'll find it all there. I've got 10 minutes. What I will say, I'm going to post a link for you guys actually. I will bring up my Discord here. Invite people. Copy link. So I love my Discord server. There's a link to it. It's not as active as it used to be. Communities are made by the people that are in them, right? And what I need is more people that are active. So there's definitely some people in there that are active, but it's not as popping as it used to be. But that's a great place to communicate with me and with everybody else, with like-minded musicians. When it comes to transcriptions, live transcription videos like this, I have a section over on my Discord called Transcription Video Requests here. And, we talk about music in here a lot. And people posting videos in here is very, very helpful, because it sometimes inspires me to, sometimes people will ask me to transcribe a thing and I'm like, already done it. But videos get posted in here, and I find things that I hadn't normally, or I wouldn't normally see, because I have to say that the way I use YouTube is not the way most people use YouTube. Musicians. I don't consume music on YouTube. It's not what I go to YouTube for. So I never see guitar stuff on YouTube. So there's probably all these cool videos out there that I'm unfamiliar with that I haven't seen, and that's a great place to share them, because that way I actually get to see them, and it can inspire me to do a live stream transcribing something I hadn't seen before. So it repeats. I'll just double check that's the same bar, and I haven't. starting to think that I'm not going to get this transcribed in the time I'd allotted for myself, so I need to go into rocket speed to get this done. Does that bend? I have seen that you've sent me a text message, Nick. I will check it when I'm done. Is that 16th? Yeah, it is. Seems unlikely I can do all this in 9 minutes. It's actually that. Twice he's played that phrase now. This is going to be a bend from 22, upper semitone. Been loosey-goosey with the time in there, but again. So here, tone and a half, because he's at 22 fret guitar, I believe. So we go. I'm going to quantize. Grace note. Fuck's sake. That's not as bad. Don't like it. Surely he'll move down for that. It's too high. Yeah. I do transcribe other instruments, yes. Like piano and organ. How do you think I learned to play? I'm hoping he's on that high E string at that point. Yeah. G blues. Or B flat country, I guess. It's more like it's more like that. Oh no. Like that. No. Nope. Almost there. 2 minutes. The amount of guitar vids make it seem as if you learned to play. I did. Yeah, I'm a guitar player, but I learned to play piano in the last 3 years. It's more like a muffled note there. We've done it. I've got 1 minute. Obviously, I'll hang around for a little bit longer. Nine o'clock on the dot. Done. Done. So now we'll just make the audio line up, make the transcription, the live sound line up, make sure that's all good, and then press play. I need to click on. it down a little bit here. So here, put a marker in, because we're slowing down here. Okay, that's that. Now let's listen to it. Make sure it's good. Let's save this actually. So this, of course, is going to go Patreon. Chris Buck. Purple Rain. I'll put the traditional transcription video of this with the video playing on YouTube on Friday. But let's have a listen. Yeah, I'm quite okay with that. It's more accurate than what you would see in just about any guitar book that you would buy from Hal Leonard, so fuck it. If you have enjoyed this, please check out the link in the description where you can grab yourself a copy of Chris Buck's new book, Building on the Blues, out now, Guitar Vivo. My friends over at Guitar Vivo, they put in a lot of work and they're releasing a load of cool products with, I know some stuff that's coming in the pipeline, and there's some really, really, really cool and exciting stuff. So go and grab yourself a copy and leave it a review, because leaving reviews of authors' works is so unbelievably important in search results. I've got a pal who released a book. Wolf Marshall, anyone? I got a friend that released a book recently, and it, like me, it immediately got a 1-star review, like a kind of relatively baseless 1-star review, and it really hurts the overall sale of the book. And people who buy it and really enjoyed it but don't think to leave a review, they don't, it's not that they're hurting the book, but they don't know the help that they could bring to the book if they like it. Tell people about it. I'm a big believer in that. If I like things, I love telling people about the things that I enjoy. So yeah, I enjoy transcribing, so I'm going to tell you about it. I enjoy this slide apparently, so I'll tell you about it. I was going to say this is a rock slide. This is not a rock slide. This is a star singer slide, which I like. So tell people about the things you like. As always, if you want to support the channel, you can also head on over to my Patreon page, where you can download hundreds of transcriptions, including the one I just did. Ear training videos, there's weekly guided practice routines available over there. I upload a new one every Monday. You can have access to private lessons with me, and so much more. And as I say, great way to support the channel, and it's the only way I'm going to get my mortgage paid off, so do consider it. And I also have a store over on my Patreon where you can download guitar profiles for all of my books. If you want guitar profiles for any of my books, that's the place to do them. That's the place to get them. You can get them for $6. It's a deal. It's a deal. It's a steal. It's sale of the fucking century. In fact, you know what, Nick? I think I'll fucking keep it. So that's me. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm just going to hang around here for a minute to see if there's any other questions. Hot Rod has written a phrase in Japanese. My ability to respond to this as negligible, because I did Japanese in college, and I never touched kanji. So obviously, because learning kanji is too much. So for a college student, so and I see a lot of kanji there. So I'm not gonna pretend to interpret what you've said there. But thank you for being involved. Thank you, Luke, for the support as always, and yes, may it long continue. Because again, I've got a mortgage to pay, so I've got bills to pay. You guys have been awesome. I've been Levi Clay. I'm just smelly old Levi Clay, but you guys have been awesome. So I do hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please do share it. Tell your friends. If you hated every second of it, tell your enemies. Fuck them, right? Maybe they'll hate it as much as you did. And yeah, I will see you for another stream soon. Goodbye.